This is how an innocent man was arrested for a felony DWI in Houston, Texas. Now, on this day, the police received a tip from a witness on the road who called in a DWI. Now, this person was a tow truck driver who, in my opinion, are very unreliable witnesses because they have an incentive to get people arrested to get the tow. Now, the tow truck driver claimed my client was driving erratically, and when the police pulled him over, they got to the door and they stated that they only smelled a very mild odor of alcohol in his breath, which is not necessarily illegal. Now, the police decided to administer standard field sobriety tests, and they claim that they have released many people before based on good performance of the sobriety tests. Now, one of the tests they did was called the walk and turn. On this test, my client had to walk a straight line, 9 steps, do a series of small steps to turn around, and do 9 heel to toe steps back. He was able to follow all the instructions and do this test perfectly, which would indicate he's not intoxicated. Now, the police on their report agreed and said he did the test perfectly, 0 out of 8 clues, which would indicate he is not intoxicated. The next test he performed was called the one-leg stand. On this test, my client had to stand on one leg and balance for 30 seconds without dropping his foot, without swaying, without hopping, and without using his arms for balance. Again, he did it 100% perfect, which would indicate he's not intoxicated. And on the police report, the police agreed again and said he did it perfectly, 0 out of 4 clues, which would indicate he's not intoxicated. Now listen to their conversation.
All right, bro, so here's the deal. See anything?
On the walk and turn and one leg stand?
No. Hey,
Even though they knew that he did everything perfect, they formed the opinion that he was driving while intoxicated and took him to jail. Because it was a felony, they requested a blood warrant. They sent the blood off to the Forensic Science Center, and eventually the results came back at a .063, which is about 25% under the legal limit. So even though this case ended up getting dismissed after we fought it in court, it wasn't after an innocent man had to pay thousands of dollars in attorney and bond fees for nothing.